Oh my goodness. I've been listening to you for a long time, and I feel like you've answered a lot of my questions already with other people.
Yeah.
It's really hard to get rid of that old programming.
Well, that doesn't help when you think that way, but it might be helpful to acknowledge, well, it's not old programming, it's current renewal of old programming. And so if I would just stop currently renewing it in time, it would have no momentum. So you might ask yourself the question briefly, why do I renew it? And the answer is because when there's momentum, it's easier to go with that momentum. But here's the thing that we really want to put to you, because this is the thing that humans have forgotten, that we keep wanting to restore to your conscious awareness. You've forgotten that you're supposed to feel good, and therefore you've distanced yourself from your own guidance system. Too many people have indoctrinated you, or you have accepted their false premise that suffering has virtue and that happiness means that something's wrong. When your own guidance system and everything that the source within you is providing to you, in other words, can you honestly, actually, can you quibble with us or anyone about the difference between a feeling of love within you and hate? Can anyone say you prefer the hate?
No.
Can you? Doesn't it just feel good to love someone? Doesn't it just feel good to feel satisfied? Can't you feel source in that? And can't you feel you holding source away in the opposite? So we just want to remind you of your guidance, because we know for sure that once you prime the pump of that, once you get the momentum of your awareness that good feels good, you just got to hear the humor in that, that humans somehow forgot that if it feels good, it's good. Because they're afraid that somebody else's idea of good, oh, that guy feels good when he's a serial killer. Therefore, that premise is wrong, Abraham. And we say, there's never been a serial killer that felt good. Not one time ever. They have to be so depleted of source energy, so far away from who they really are. Hatred is far away from who you really are. Doesn't mean there can't be momentum in it, but it doesn't feel good, you see. So until you're willing to reclaim your own personal guidance system from source, then you might go down a lot of rabbit holes, bark up a lot of the wrong trees. You might be looking for love in all the wrong places for a while. But once you reconnect those vibrational waves, once you let yourself feel satisfied, and once you stay there long enough that you let it grow, that eventually, and doesn't have to take a long time, comes to is a feeling of such complete worthiness, such a feeling of being so seen by source and adored by source and helped by source, that once you really get that going again, you'll never return to that depletion.
I do feel that that's where I'm at right now. I've been in recovery for 24 years, and I'm putting together a program to help other people in recovery stop living mediocre lives, because in 12 steps it's kind of pounded into us that we have no power, we have no control.
It's all right. The first 12 steps were the first step. It's all right. But we want to talk even about the word recovery. It's like forgiveness is more about what you're trying to overcome than it is about where you're going. And recovery is more about what you're recovering from than where you're going. Find some fresh words. Recovery. What does recovery say? I'm recovering from horrible things. So where's your vibration? In the horrible things. But I'm getting over it. No, you're not. I'm recovering. No, you're not. I'm getting over this bad stuff. No, you're not. You're amplifying it right now and dragging it forward for another renewal. So let's find a new word right here, right now.
Let's do.
Okay, let's find it. So, forward looking. Happily ever after. Satisfaction.
Somebody pointed out the word concierge, which literally translates to the one who holds the light. I really like that word a lot.
We still haven't found the perfect word. Because for some reason, in humandom, in humanness, there is that thing we were talking about a little bit ago that says, gotta justify where I am. So in recovery, there's so much conversation about how I got here and how it's not my fault. Well, it is your fault. We mean that in the nicest way. Because nobody else is vibrating for you. Nobody else is thinking your thoughts. Nobody else is your point of attraction. Certainly they might have influenced you and you're having a response to them, but it's between you and your inner being. How can we find a word? What's a word between you and your inner being? What's that word? Connection? Connection, alignment, receiving, harmony, love. But it's got to be a fresh word, because love is like God. Every time you say it, people freak out, because people kill in the name of God, and they kill for love, and they do more hating than they do loving when they use the word love usually. Relief is a really good one. Except relief is a little like recovery. It makes you focus upon what you're getting relief from. How about spiritual awakening is good. But remember, he's starting a movement, so he's bringing people that don't know all of our really good words.
Well, they do know
we've
spiritual
got a
awakening.
lot of really good words.
We do know spiritual awakening.
How about truth sucks. Because truth is just what you believe, and if you believe it, it becomes, and then we get what you're talking about, though. Magic is a good word, except it freaks people out and makes them think of bad things. How about something that points toward it's all now? They're really good, aren't they?
This is what it sounds like up here, just by the way.
But if you listen to them, 90% about what's coming forward is exactly what you're looking for.
Exactly. That's what I mean. That's what it sounds like up
And
here.
listen to this chorus. They can feel, they've offered satisfying word after satisfying word after satisfying word after satisfying word. And the reason the words are different as they're echoing around the room is because every single person and every person that you're going to be dealing with is standing in a different place in relationship with their inner being. And the reason that you have individual guidance systems is because your inner being knows exactly where you are in relationship to what you want and knows what your path of least resistance is. So you don't need to coin a word that will lead everyone to where they want to be. You just have to help them know that they've got guidance. You just have to help them know that there is a calling for them, and the words will change as they evolve in their understanding of their own worthiness. Does that make sense to you? What you want them to know is, call it path. Call it path. Finding my path. Oh, that's so overused. But you get the idea. You see, one of the things that you may have noticed about us is that we're not trying to make up your mind about anything that you want. We just want you to know that you have created it, and that it is good, and that your inner being is all over it, and that your inner being is calling you, and that you can have it. In fact, you must have it, and that it feels good when you're moving in the direction of it. So the singular thing that we wish to inspire you to understanding is that you have guidance, and then we show you as many different ways and analogies and stories. We give as much as we can give, and as much as Esther is willing to give, in terms of finding places and opportunities and words that flow that match up with the notion of you have guidance that is reaching for you, and you must find a way to tune to it. And so, of course, you're going to drop beliefs by the wayside. But when we say drop beliefs, you don't drop them. You pick them up again. When we say you're going to recover You don't recover. You just go back to what you're trying to get over. When someone says forgive, you don't forgive. You just look back at the thing that you want to forgive from. In other words, that's why it has to be an emotional journey, not a thought journey. You have to feel your way to it. You have to feel your way to it. You'll carve out new patterns for yourself. You'll carve out new words. Every single path will be a little bit different from the one somebody else is following, you see. You just teach through the clarity of your example. And most of all, you know these things. You go into those gatherings knowing these things. They have a path, and they are the only ones who can find their path. And you can show them how to find their path by finding your path. And how do you demonstrate that you're on your path? You're satisfied. You're not struggling. You're not searching. You're not defending. You're not suffering. You're not paying a price. You're joyful. You're tuned in, tapped in, turned on. You got great timing. You're in the flow. You get good ideas. You're living magic. You feel it. You ooze it. You radiate it, you see. There you go. Ooze probably isn't the best word for your new business. We ooze.